Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Monday night in which the Los Angeles Lakers went in and lost to Houston 135 to 119 in an absolute trash loss tonight in a game that didn't ever really seem like it was going to be a game from the get-go. It's kind of same thing that happened last time they were in Houston. Last time they were without people, though. This one they had pretty much the full cast of characters out there that played in the Golden State game, which might have led to this, but um, just none of them really looked interested in playing this game tonight. It seemed evident out the gate, and going in to play a team like Houston in Houston when you don't really have any intention of playing a basketball game that night, and you're going to get done to you what happened to you tonight, and you're going to get ran out the building because Houston can defend fairly well. And if you let those young guys get going and you let them get up on you, man, they can front run you. So that's what happened tonight, man. A lot of things went wrong in this game. A lot of issues, a lot of follow-up from that Golden State game, and Vando getting kicked out, on some dumb stuff after he got what he felt probably should have been a flagrant foul that wasn't a flagrant foul, and then Brooks kept egging him on. Excuse me, and it just led to one thing, and he was out of there after that. So just a trash loss, ugly loss, a loss they couldn't really afford to have on this 6-game road trip. If they got Golden State, you get Houston, you feel kind of good about yourself. You got Atlanta, you got New York, you got Boston. So this was a game that you would have loved for them to get, because the other games, some of these other ones are going to be more competitive. So the fact that they lost this game is definitely disappointing, because this is one they should have circled on the calendar for a win. Now they're 0-2 in Houston, and even when Houston came to crypto, man, they struggled with them. So Houston's been giving them some hell this season, man. And you got the Dylan Brooks Braun thing. You got these young guys out there. You got Ime Udoka, who's a excellent head coach. Whatever you think about him personally, but as far as the head coach, he gets those guys amped up, ready to play, and he had them ready to play out the gate today. And obviously, we can't say the same thing about Darvin Ham and these Laker players, right? Scheme wasn't very good. Some of these rotations, when you had Braun and AD on the bench at the same time, and these guys went on a crazy run, and these guys not bringing their energy. So when they say who's got the game ball when you get a win, and you single that out, well, it's like whatever the opposite of the game ball is, and everybody wearing purple and gold tonight gets that tonight, because that was just horrific, man. That was just a terrible, terrible game with lethargic effort out there, man. Austin Reaves continues to be, his liability on defense when guys are targeting him, and the Lakers have no scheme for it. D'Lo had some moments there where he really got going and was kind of keeping him in the game there. He went for 23 again, but he was a team high -19 tonight. Taurean Prince, right behind him at -18. Taurean Prince 2 for 6, 1 for 4 from 3, 33% overall, 25% from 3. LeBron James did get 10 assists, which is pretty impressive in a game like this. They did score 119 points, but 10 assists there. But as you go down this stat sheet, there's really nothing that jumps out here that really shows you that anyone was interested in playing tonight. Anthony Davis had 7 rebounds. All right, he had 1 block. He had 3 turnovers. He did shoot 10 for 20 for 50%, but he only got to the free throw. He only shot 3. He made 3 of his, he had 3 for 3 on 3. So I'm trying to actually look at his free throw attempt is what I was concerned about. He got 1 free throw attempt. So the Lakers were out there just not trying to get to the paint. They shot 35 threes. Houston shot 36. The Lakers made 13 of them. Houston made 12. So in that range, they actually hung with them the 3-point, but it's just that stretch. So when you look at the percentage of an entire game, it doesn't tell the whole story of the game. There's a stretch there where Whitmore came in and did his thing, and those other guys just started raining on him. And outside of that, man, it just tough to get an L. Tough to get a dub when you got a team playing with that much energy against a team who doesn't like to commit a lot of energy in the Los Angeles Lakers. So shout out to everyone who pulled up tonight, man. Trash loss, I get it. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to everyone who's here today. DJ, Mr. 60 Cent, Lakers in 5. Thank you for pulling up, brother. Hope you're having a good night. If you're out there working, man, drive safe. Make sure to go over there and subscribe to Lakers in 5, man. Heavy hitter over there. Killer, puts in his time over there with YouTube, man. Does great work in his community. So shout out to DJ. Go drop him a sub. Same for Big Baby Sport, man. What's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. He's closing on 1,000, man. Let's get over there and support him, man. Get him to 1,000. Appreciate you pulling up, Big Baby. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Yo, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. We can't beat Houston. No, Houston, we got a problem in Houston. Facts, absolutely. And we should have picked Whitmore. Yeah, I heard that narrative a lot tonight. It's easy to say that tonight. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. A lot of teams passed on him for a variety of reasons. Injury, his knee was a concern. His character was a concern as far as not me saying this. This was the report around the draft time. So a lot of people passed on him because of it. Let's see what his NBA career turns out before overjudging him on a handful of games. There's a reason that a lot of people passed on him. We've got to wait to see what comes to fruition with that. Search and Destroy, what's going on, my brother? Thank you for pulling up. The mod god, the mod father, the mod of mods, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Hope you're having a great night. Search a big baby pop. There you go. Shout him out. Shout him. Eric, what's going on, bro? I've seen enough at this point. Lost cause. Yeah, like I mean, I've been telling you guys for weeks, months really at this point, that this is not a championship roster. This is not a contending team. I mean, anyone who's honest with themselves can say that. I still don't even know if a trade can save this team, to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm trying to keep it a buck here. I don't want to sit here and give up on my team. I want them to do something that's going to bring some change here. But I'm not convinced that anything they do is going to be enough to save this team, even if it's Dejounte Murray. I don't know if that's enough. There's a lot of things wrong with this team. The coaching staff has its issues. The players have their issues, chemistry issues, their injury issues, shooting issues, guarding the shooting issues. There's a lot of issues here that Dejounte Murray doesn't solve on his own. And I'm not even convinced we're getting him. I've been saying that for weeks too. So there's a lot of things to be worried about right now. I'm not going to sit back and say the sky is falling because if they still have a chance to go on a run with this roster, but they definitely have, I would say they have obviously a 0% chance of winning a title with this roster. But as far as like what I mean by a run is winning a handful of games and getting them back, in the standings there somewhat. But as far as winning a championship, no, not with this roster. I'd be fooling myself if I thought that. Let's see if my man went backwards here. Let's see. We got my man LOE, Lakers over everything, man. Thanks for pulling up, brother. I appreciate you. Houston, we have a problem. Shout out to LOE, man. LOE, Don the Kingpin, and LA Sports Live was holding it down during the PSF app when Brutal and then Kareem Report pulled up there and kind of helped them giving something to talk about in that brutal game over there. So shout out to those four gentlemen holding it down. Shout out to Dan, the Laker fan, holding it down on playback, doing live play-by-play over there with him and his wonderful lady, Yessie, over there, man. So Mr. and Mrs. Dan, the Laker fan over there. And we had, like I said, LOE. Some funny story, man. During the PSF show, man, I'm in there. And I was supporting both shows heavy, right? Because my boys were working. My boys were doing their thing. So obviously, me, I love to show that support. So I'm in there and I try to talk to all of them. I'm typing and my phone kind of spazzes out. I jump into the show accidentally on theirs and then and then end the stream, kill the stream because the app was bugging out bad. I took them down. So I was like, son of a, come on, man. I still feel bad about that. But man, the stupid app was tripping, man. And fumble. It was fumble, but laugh about it now. But I felt really bad for about 2 hours, man. That was whack. Shout out to you, Lo, man. Oh man, sorry about that. Get Reaves off my squad. What's up, Brandon Birdie? What's going on? I expect a lot of that tonight. Expect to hear a lot of that tonight, man. Reaves, peace, Wood, peace. Oh man, yo, what's good? Search and Flex, you shot him out. My guy LOE shot him out. Let's see. AD was soft as F. Sengun owns him. Yeah, it's weird, man. AD it just looked like he didn't. You could tell by the rebounds, the amount of free throws. You could tell by the ones. You could tell that they just really didn't seem too interested in playing out there tonight, man. And I get that Golden State double overtime game. I understand it takes a lot out of you, man. But if you weren't gonna bring the effort, and I understand Anthony Davis had 23 points. I understand LeBron James got 10 assists. I understand that they showed up, and I commend them for that. They both got 23 points. Braun 9 of 15, AD 10 of 20. I mean, these aren't horrible nights for them. They're not horrible nights. D'Lo, like I said, 8 for 19, 42% isn't great. 3 of 12 from 3. That's a pretty horrible night. But like I said, it was kind of just you had Rui Hachimura 4 for 5, 16 points. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double figures and really nothing from anyone else. And Austin Reaves just has not been playing well. As soon as D'Lo started kind of finding his groove and started taking off there, and Vandal started going, and then he kind of fell off. And it's kind of no secret tonight. Then there was no Vandal to play, so Rui got his chance. Christian Wood, I don't know what's going on with him again because he just can't seem to do anything productive out there. 10 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting, 0 for 2 for 3. But 10 minutes, that's light for him in a game with no Vanderbilt. So you question that, right? But it just, man. Jalen Green got him for 34 again tonight. Whitmore got 20, but he had a span where he just had a stretch, and it wasn't too loud after that stretch, but it was a good stretch, man. Sengun again, 31 points, man, 12 rebounds. And then you had Jabari Smith Jr. with 18, and you had Dylan Brooks with 17. So, like I said, these guys can't seem to ever play well at the same time. When you got D'Lo, Reaves, Rui, Wood, these guys can never seem to. It's not just about the scoring, just being fluid out there, contributing towards winning habits. You just don't really see it out there. And although Braun and AD, like I said, did not have trash games statistic wise, they didn't dominate. You know, LeBron got a little angry there towards the end of the game, turned it up a little bit, but outside of that, didn't really do anything to dominate the game, man. Trayvon Jones, what's good with you, man? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate your continued support, guys. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to get notified when we go live. Days such as tonight, we got over 40 people in the building, only 17 likes on the video right now. So please do me a favor, drop a like on the video. It goes a long way to help the show. Also, go ahead and become a member over here. We got the mini mid-level, the mid-level, and the full mid-level. Got some giveaways, some member-only videos. We're going to be giving away Laker tickets, going to be giving away Dodger tickets on the channel. So go ahead and become a member, man. Help support the cause over here at Empire Jeff TV. Appreciate everyone who has signed up already and subscribed and liked the video as well. Appreciate you guys. Bridges said, Lakers were pathetic. The lack of effort is unacceptable. This is the type of game where the leaders of the team need to make an example of the pathetic effort. Yeah, I agree. And again, I've kind of beaten this drum all season, and I understand that everyone just wants to pretty much just blame Ham, Prince, and D'Lo, right, and Reaves. I understand that. Like, I understand everyone wanting to blame the role players who aren't stepping up. But they're role players. Role players don't bring it every night. Your stars have to. Your stars have to bring it every night. And I think you hit on it right there with the effort is unacceptable. And this is why I say about holding your players and most importantly, holding your leaders accountable. You know you're on a 6-game road trip. You know that this game is important when who's on the back end of this road trip, right? Like, let's get this win. Do whatever you got to do, man. Do whatever you got to do to get this win, man. I mean, potentially, we go on a winning streak with this win. We start this road trip off 2-0. Like, you really feel good about yourself. To go in there and just dog it tonight, lay an egg over there tonight, and just wet the bed over there tonight, like, was something that was disappointing. Because although I know they went to a double overtime game against Golden State, I understand that. I understand LeBron James is 39. I understand that Anthony Davis is dealing with something. I understand that, and I appreciate both of them showing up to play. I really, really do. I really, really do. Like, I think it's incredible that they're taking the regular season serious. But if you're going to get out there, even if you're lingering, then if you can't bring it and you can't contribute, we don't need our stars to be decoys. That's not what you're there to do. We need our stars to be stars. And if you can't play at a star level, even though you're showing us you're giving the effort to get out there, like, we respect that. But if you can't give the effort out there, then it's hard. It's hard to get up there and push your other guys to do it too, right? And that's always been my thing when it comes to holding players accountable. Hachimura should have played 30 minutes. He was effective. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Absolutely. Mario Hall, thanks for pulling up, man. Their effort and energy is trash. What is going on? And then they let them stat pat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle for sure. Let's see. Said Quan, man, they fooled us all. Sitting 500 during the last few days of January. Who would have guessed that? Yeah, man. Yep. Crazy. Definitely want to put money on that, Lo. That's for sure. We got exposed in the paint. JHS is a fraud, 17th pick. Too early on him. Definitely got exposed in the paint, but I disagree with the JHS. It's too early to tell on him. How did you get Search as your mod? Wow, geez. Hey, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Man, he blessed me, man. He blessed me. You know what I mean? Just pretty much simple as that. Thanks for pulling up, G's. I appreciate your support. Thank you. And thank you for supporting Search. He is the best in the business for sure. Why in the hell did Braun play 37 minutes? What's the effing point of having the kids on the trip if you don't play them on a night like this with a back-to-back in Boston and New York this week? That's an excellent point, Lo. And, I heard Kareem bring up something on your guys' PSF show that I think was spot on, where he was like, this isn't a game where Darvin Ham, like, let Max Lewis play. Let these guys get out there and see what they can, get him out there in these environments, get him out there. And instead of playing Braun and AD those type of minutes, and then especially when the game was just out of hand, there's no way they were going to come back and win that. Yeah, they got it down to 10, but they were never going to win that game. The Houston was never in damage of blowing that lead. So it just wasted minutes there, man. We need a dog like Whitmore. We definitely need dogs for sure. We definitely need a dog for sure. Jedi Jesus, what's going on, man? Are Gabe Vincent and Prince enough for a salary match for a Sexton trade? Yes, they are. Murray and Bruce, that's the only thing I can see saving the season. Has to be two big players like that. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something like that. I mean, to be honest, like I said, man, The only thing that I feel, I'll throw it up here again, man. I'm gonna throw it up here again. The only thing I feel that saves the Lakers season is this. Like, this is the only thing I see saving the season. Because, but do you see to the lengths of what we have to do here? Like, you know how hard this is to pull off? Like, but this is the lengths of what we'd have to do. Like, the roster deconstruction and the construction on the fly during the season, the amount of pulling these three moves off, probably slim to none. But unless I see something like this, unless I see a move something like this, then I'm not convinced this season can be saved. Unless they can go out and get Bruce Brown, Dejounte Murray with Sadiq Bey, and another point of attack defender, Dennis Schroeder, or someone like him, then I don't see anything that can turn this around. I just don't. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I like the Dorian Finney-Smith situation, but it's not enough. I like I love Dejounte Murray, but I don't think the Lakers have enough to get him. Well, I don't think Atlanta thinks they have enough to get him. Maybe they get desperate. Maybe they get froggy there. But like I said, I keep coming back to how are you supposed to sell to ownership that a guy that you gave 3 first-round picks and a pick swap for, that you're willing to take 1 first-round pick and a pick swap for? Like, how are you supposed to explain that to your owner when the guy signed long-term? They're not forced to move him. So like I said, it would take, I'm still on the fence with Murray as far as the Lakers' ability to get him. I know reports have come out recently kind of pushing the hype back a little bit, but I'm not reacting to those reports because I've been telling you guys this for weeks. The reports that are coming out now are more logical to me. This is why I don't overreact to reports. My show is not based off of other people's reports, like of what leaks in the media that day. I don't run to my channel to break down those reports because I can see right through most of them. And so the reports that are out there most of the time are all BS. The stuff that came out about Murray and it being unrealistic and it would be tough for the Lakers to get it done, that's true. Now, it doesn't mean it's impossible because it's not, but it doesn't mean it's likely because it's not. So like I said, the highest I ever got to feeling that Dejounte Murray would be a Laker was like 60%. And that's because I was thinking that the way that D'Lo was playing, that his value was going up and that he'd be more attractive to some teams. And I don't know what the case on that is yet, but that's why I got to 60%. Outside of that, I've been in the 30 to 40 range. But to get Dejounte Murray, that it's going to take, I don't want to say a miracle. I'm not going to get drastic here. I'm not going to say a miracle, but I'm just saying it is not as likely or as easy. People think that the Lakers can just wake up tomorrow morning and be like, all right, Atlanta, we'll do this deal. Like it's on the Lakers to get this deal done. Like they're holding up the deal, just waiting to give Atlanta a decision. Like Atlanta's like, come on, give us that pick and that swap. Just take Murray. I think people are delusional to think that the Lakers control this because they don't. Atlanta has all the cards. Atlanta has all the leverage. It's all in there. The ball is in their court. They control everything. They are not operating from a position of desperation. They're not. They're operating from a position of power. They have the wanted asset that's signed long-term, that's at a good age. They have the asset. And it would be much better for them to wait for the summer. So if you're trying to get them to move up their timeline to move Dejounte Murray before the summer, then you have to give them an offer that blows them away. And as you look up and down this Laker roster, I don't see an offer that blows them away. So unless something's going on in Atlanta and they just want to cut ties, I struggle to see a pathway that no other team can beat that offer. I don't see it. But again, I'm not going to sit up here and bet anybody any money or say, look, it's not happening. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to be very difficult to convince Atlanta to take that deal is what I'm saying. Okay, let's see where I was here. So back to Lowe's comment of saying Murray and Bruce, that's the only thing I can see saving this season. Has to be the 2 big players like that. And that's the one I've been saying. And I think that's why I've been telling you guys. And, I don't know if people were believing me on this or not when I was telling you guys this, but I told you guys, not yesterday, Sunday, but the Sunday before. I broke it down Sunday night, a week ago yesterday. I told you guys, I'm hearing that the Lakers have shifted their attention to Bruce Brown, and are purely focused right now on Bruce Brown. I told you guys that 8 days ago. Everything, no, Murray's coming tomorrow. Murray's happening by Tuesday. Murray's happening by Wednesday. I'm like, it's not happening, guys. They are focused on Bruce Brown. Now, that could fall apart, and Toronto could say, look, it's not happening, and then they move on. But I told you guys this 8 days ago, and a Murray trade still hasn't happened. I told you guys that Atlanta was going to wait this out closer to the trade deadline. And that's where we are. So like I said, it doesn't make any sense for Atlanta to jump the gun if they're holding out for better offers. The best offers come at the trade deadline when teams miss out on other guys. Someone gets hurt, a trade within their conference that maybe they fear and maybe that jeopardizes their standing. These things, then teams have to react to them. So Atlanta, it doesn't make any sense for them to do the deal now unless they just want to get rid of the guy. And I'm not getting that vibe. Someone tell me in the chat if you're getting that vibe, because I'm not getting that vibe. Roy Estrada, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Evening, Jeff. I don't have many years left. I need Lakers to get their ish together, play with heart and purpose, no sense of urgency. Pathetic. Hey, Roy. Well, I hope that is not true. I hope you got plenty of years left. This Laker team probably doesn't have a lot of years left, but appreciate you pulling up, and forever long any of us are still here for. I do hope for all of our sakes that the Lakers start to get their stuff together as well. Also, yes, make sure to go check out my brother DTLF live on Playback, man. Playback.tv/DTLF, man. And also make sure to check out the PSF app when Dan and I are on there, when Lowe is on there, LA Sports Live, Dawn the Kingpin, all of them. When everyone's up there, make sure to check out and support your Laker community out there. Bro, you ending the stream was way more exciting than the damn game we needed. Bro, man, I'm telling you, man, that app sometimes gets Serge did that once with us. We were sitting there, the show ended. I think I did it once. We were doing it too. Man, the app on the Android side sometimes is just not friendly. And yeah, I'm an Android guy, man. But so when I'm there typing you guys, man, we were going back and forth and I was typing a lot, and all of a sudden I'm in mid sentence and the screen just like freezes. It comes back up and like I'm in the show. Then I try to leave the show and it ends the stream. Oh man. Just I felt, you don't understand how bad I felt about that, man. I'm like, man, my stupid phone caused this. That's crazy, bro. But appreciate you, Low, man. A lot of people, man, I appreciate you, man, because that was a total accident. Search, you're the God mod. Respect, absolutely, facts, 100%, man. Let's see. We got MD says, hey, how's it going, Jeff? Do you see the Kobe death stare by Bill Bronson? I did, MD. I did see that. Man, that was the amount of people that sent me that picture tonight was pretty high. Was pretty high volume from DMs to texts. A lot of people sent me that picture like immediately. I didn't see it live. I didn't see it on Twitter. I didn't see it anywhere. I saw it because everyone started sending it to me, and that was pretty funny, man. Festo, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support. AD is tired. AD is absolutely gassed, and I agree with you on that. I respect the fact that he showed up. My thing is, if he wasn't able to give it his all, we can't have AD be a decoy. Just take him out at that point, right? Just take him out. We need our stars to be stars. If they can't be stars, what are we doing out there? You know what I mean? If he's tired, if he's burnt, don't let him out there to get hurt playing half-assed, right? Like, just get him out of there at that point. Sports are weird. Playoff is about the team that is going into the playoffs hot. Facts. Absolutely. Reaves can go. Micah, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, brother. It's funny, man. I feel like the pulse of Laker Nation is now everyone wants D'Lo to stay. Everyone wants Reaves and Prince gone. And it's a tough time, man, because I feel like none of these guys can play well at the same time, man. It just nothing's really going the way it should, man. What's going on? Satro, thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you, man. Tell me what Hachimura did, please. As far as his stats, I think I spoke on that. Rui gave 22 minutes. He scored 16 points on 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. He was the only I don't know how many minutes this other guy. Okay, so Max Christie and Rui were the only guys. They were at a 0. So like for guys that played 42 combined minutes, you know, they weren't a plus or they weren't a minus. They were right at 0. They were pretty much, other than Jackson Hayes' 13 minutes, which I don't know if that's enough. But those at that point, no, garbage minutes probably for Hayes at that point. But Max Christie and Rui, those guys were impactful out there tonight as far as just with their energy. They were doing things out there, and then together they scored 23 points. But their energy and their effort was much better out there tonight. Like I said, trade AR now. That's what everyone's saying today, man. That's what everyone's saying. Look, I'm an Austin Reaves guy. I like Austin. I think Austin Reaves can be a very good player on a championship team as a steady role player. But trying to count on Austin to be your third or be your third best player on multiple nights of the year, nights where maybe D'Lo's not, like they trade off. Okay, you go be third or I go be third. Austin isn't that guy. He's not that guy. If he's your fourth or fifth best player, then you've got a pretty solid team. But as far as him as your third, then you're probably going to have some trouble there, man. Bridges says defense was atrocious, but mainly the effort was pathetic. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. 100% agree. Prince terrible again. Yeah, Prince is I'm telling you right now, I've been telling you guys for the last week or so. I think there's a chance Prince is out of there, because when you start looking at the money, right? If you're looking to make a second deal, let's say for sake of saying it that I'm not anywhere near convinced this is going to happen. But let's say the Atlanta deal happens. Let's say D'Lo goes, JHS, a first and a first round pick swap. Let's say that deal happens. Okay. Now you want to make another move. You're gonna need some type of salary in that other move to add on top of one of the other guys. So if you're gonna send like a Rui or a Gabe Vincent or any of those guys, you need to add money that's not a minimum player to that to kind of stretch it out a little bit. For a variety of reasons with the CBA, variety of reasons. You need a little bit of filler there. So my thing is, if you're going to trade D'Lo, and then you're going to make, that's not going to be enough. I don't care who you get. Even if you get Murray, I don't think it's enough. You're going to need to make another move, and you're going to need to fill that salary sum. Whether it's Gabe, whether it's Rui, unless you send Gabe and Rui out in the same deal. But the odds are that Taurean Prince's money of roughly $5 million might really need to be included in that secondary deal. And I have a strong belief that there's a chance he can go. I think it's looking more and more like Rui and Taurean Prince could be out of here, man. I really, really do think that. Big Baby says, I think the Lakers are just a 500 team. Byron Scott said it on the postgame show. Well, I mean, they are a 500 team. The record shows it. I don't think they've won 4 in a row all season. So it's like they are a walking, talking definition of a 500 team. They do nothing consistently. They cannot win on the road. That pretty much right there alone is a 500 team definition. Can't defend. Got to disagree with you, Jeff. Reaves don't really get the smoke like he should. Oh, man, I don't know where you're hearing that. I hear Reaves get cooked every day, man. I see I see the Reaves hate everywhere. Everywhere. I hear it everywhere. The amount of messages and DMs and the things I get about Reaves, about Austin. I've been hearing things about Austin since the summer. Reaves been getting cooked since the summer. So I don't know if you're just not seeing it, but the amount of volume and the narratives I hear about Austin Reaves on the regular, like that's been since FIBA. I've heard it non-stop. Anything new on the Laker trade rumors? It's kind of in a holding pattern. Like I said, these teams are going to wait it out as it gets closer to the deadline. This is a seller's market. The summer is going to be a buyer's market. So it just makes sense for sellers to wait it out and get the best that they possibly can for their asset right now, because God only knows what the summer is going to look like with that new CBA linking around the corner. We got little baby steps of the new CBA this past summer, just like little snacks, a little snack pack of it, right? This new CBA fully kicks in this summer. That's the full meal. That's the full meal, man. That's the real boogeyman on the new CBA this summer. And teams are going to be freaking out about that and going to be doing everything they can to make sure that they get salary that they do not want off their books, because they don't want to have to be paying premiums to unload them later. So we got 85 people in the building right now, 89, 90 people in the building right now, man. 32 likes on the video. If you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Goes a long way to help the channel. Would greatly, greatly appreciate you. You guys are here every night. I got about 30% of my nightly viewers have yet to subscribe to the channel, but they're here every night. So just do your boy a favor, man. Putting in all this time, putting out all this content, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video. Would greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. What else we got going on here? As long as Ham is the coach, he ain't saving anything. I agree with you. He's not saving anything. But like I said, he proved that after a big trade and some other trades last year, he was able to be the coach of a team that did get to the Western Conference Finals, win 2 playoff rounds on the road. So I'm not going to act like that didn't happen. At the same time, am I 100% confident in him? No, I'm not. but I'm not going to sit back and act like they can't do it if they make the moves. Now, championship, that's a whole different story. But as far as getting around it too, with the roster of pieces that actually work around Braun and AD and guys are giving effort, we've seen it before and we see that it's possible. So we're going to have to wait and see about that. He said a long list, a very long list indeed, man. This could be an ugly week, man. Hate to say it, but Trey and Murray going off tomorrow, then Boston and New York. Yeah, that's tough. Could be a 4-game slide by Sunday, man. Would put us 3 under 500. And that's why tonight, and I know you know that too, Lo, that's exactly why tonight's game was so important. You can't blow a game like tonight when you got a back-to-back against guys. So look, you got D'Lo playing his heart out to try to show the organization that he wants to stay. What do you think Murray's going to try to do tomorrow? He's going to try to show them what they should be fighting to trade for, right? It's his audition game, right? This is exactly like this is a scary game tomorrow, an absolutely scary game tomorrow for the reasons that Lo just said, and the reason basically I'm bringing down right now. And then you got New York, and then you got Boston. So it's like this was a bad loss because of that. It's a bad loss when you know what's coming around the corner, when you know what is next. This is a bad loss. You had to put these guys away early. Go in there, kill them in the first half, send a message, and then you can sit there. You can take it easy the second half. But you come out lazy with no effort, and you got spanked. We need two-way players. This is what I mean when I say the front office doesn't construct rosters right. Like, look at this team. You go offense, you lose all defense. You go defense, you lose all offense. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is this is where I do push back on Darvin Ham here, because he is. This is why this is my biggest thing on Darvin Ham right now, is because the offensive thing here is if you're going to do this where you put the defensive players out there, right? I've mentioned this before. You have to have some type of functioning offense, especially on the road, that your role players can zone in on when they're in hostile environments. So you can have the defensive guys on there, but you've got to run some type of set to get them more involved, to get them active, to get them involved, to get them touches in their spot, and to have something to fall back of systematically that they can kind of tune out all the noise and focus on the offense. But the Lakers don't run any offense. I know a lot of NBA teams don't run offense for the majority of the game, and that's not high school, it's not AAU, it's not college. But when you have guys that can't create their own shots or can't shoot in general, then you've got to run some things to try to get some guys some open looks, some backdoor cuts, some plays at the rim, or get the ball in guys' hands who actually can shoot, as opposed to getting them and have it to be a hero shot at the final second or two of the shot clock. So if you are running any type of offense over there, then yes, then you can get out there with the defensive guys and you can run some plays to help them get buckets. But not running anything with non-offensive players, and yes, I agree with you. That's when you get into some trouble there. Kevin Console, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Jeff, it doesn't matter who's on the roster as long as Ham is the coach. Again, I understand where you guys are coming from, but again, Ham was not the problem last playoffs. You get what I mean? Like, he was a head coach that got us to the Western Conference Finals. I'm not expecting miracles out of him this season. I'm not expecting him to be a high-level head coach, but I have seen him be able to coach in the playoffs and seen him improve in playoff rounds. I saw that last year. So I know he has it in him, but he just doesn't know how to use this roster. And for some reason, Darvin Ham does not know how to use a roster the first half of an NBA season. He just doesn't know how. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. But the second half of the season last year, like I said, all he has to do is be the guy that doesn't destroy it like he didn't last season in the second half. But maybe he's not capable of it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. Last year showed us he had some life in it. He did have some second half coaching ability. He did do some good coaching moves and adjustments in the playoffs, to the point where Steve Kerr basically said and gave him all the credit. But trusting him, I don't know about that. I agree with you guys on that. But as far as sit here to say that if the Lakers go out and make moves, right? Let me bring this up again, because this is what I want to talk about. If the Lakers go out and make, let's say that the Holy Trinity here happens. This is a very difficult scenario to play out. I understand that. This is a pipe dream. This is a Hail Mary. But you mean to tell me that if the Lakers pull off these three moves, you don't think, no matter who's the coach, that they would be a better basketball team and that they could go further than they are right now, even with Darvin Ham as their coach? And if you say no, then you're just holding on to narratives for dear life. Let's see here. The team seems so unorganized. Nobody plays to their strengths. Feels like a pickup game. That is a fact. Absolute fact. One Peruvian guy. What's going on, man? Jeanie telling Ham his job is safe was the worst thing she could do. So if the Lakers miss the playoffs, his job is still safe? No, his job won't be safe if they don't make the playoffs. That's definitely not what it is. Basically, what Jeanie is saying is like, I'm not going to fire you this season. But it's not like Darvin Ham is sitting back. Well, I'm good with them. I can do whatever I want. He still has to protect the next 2 years of his contract, right? Even, don't get me wrong, if he gets fired, he gets his money. But I'm sure the guy wants to still coach. So it's not like Jeanie and them are saying, look, your job is safe. That doesn't mean that his remaining 2 years of his contract are safe. They're referring to this year. Now, while I do not believe for a moment that they'll fire him this year, that doesn't mean that they can't change their mind. It doesn't mean that. Again, everyone, that's why I hate when these reports come out, because everyone just holds on to them for dear life like they're law. These things come out, and a lot of times are things that were in the past, days, weeks in the past. People have the right to change their minds. A report can come out to say the team is looking into this deal. It's probably a week ago. And for all we know, 3 or 4 days ago, the teams moved on. They changed their minds. But these reports come out, and everyone just holds on it to dear life like it's law. And it's crazy. So they had a meeting. And they said, okay, just keep doing what you're doing. We still rock with you. We're still riding with you. We still believe in you. I find it hard to believe that they looked him in his eye and said, go do what you want to do. No matter what, you're here. I find that hard to believe. I don't believe that for a second. And I don't think anyone should believe that for a second. I think they tried to give him a vote of confidence during a rut because they weren't going to fire him then. And their minds are going to continue to have a wait and see approach. There's nothing guaranteed about him being the Lakers coach next season. And if the tires go completely, if the wheels fall completely off, then maybe there is a world where he doesn't finish the season. But as far as right now, I don't see it as a realistic possibility. But for anyone to sit back and say that his job is safe, like permanently, that's crazy, because that is not the case. Search is the greatest mod. I just followed him. Search is the greatest mod of all time. Insert name. What's going on? Appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up. The Hawks a buyer or a seller? I'm confused. The Hawks are a seller, but they're selling to buy. So they're upgrading. They're trading in. So if you're going to buy a car, you got a car you like, you don't love, and you see a car that you really like, but you can't get it right now because you got to flip what you have. So the Hawks, they want to sell to buy. So they want to pretty much wipe out everything but a couple, maybe 2 or 3 players, and then get the assets that they get from moving all those other players out, get some money available, sign some guys, draft some guys, trade for some guys. So they just kind of, they want to do some renovations, some remodeling. So they're selling so they then can buy. You get what I'm saying? So they're kind of selling one stock for another and buying another. So that's what the Hawks are doing. Now, in order for them to do that, you know, they've got to get a good return on what they're sending out for that plan to work. They're not just going to be giving, like the Dejounte Murray and Zach LaVine situations are completely different. Atlanta is not going to have to beg someone. Atlanta is not going to have people worrying over Dejounte Murray's contract. Atlanta is not going to have people saying that's the worst contract in the league to trade for. Atlanta is not going to have people saying we got to worry about this for 4.5 more years, this money. Atlanta doesn't have any of those hurdles. So for them, they're like, look, we have a talented young player who's under a favorable contract, favorable age. Teams are going to want him. So why are we going to move him just to move him? Wait until we get the right deal. So they're a seller. They are definitely a seller, but they're selling to buy. I hope I did a good enough job explaining that. Sorry if I caused some confusion. That's pretty much what they're doing now. At this point, they have the trade Reaves. What's going on, Dat? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. There's a lot of people talking that right now. Tyrone, what's going on, my guy? The Hawks want Reaves. The Hawks do want Reaves. They absolutely do want Reaves. A lot of teams around the league want Reaves. That's a fact, and which is why I'm saying I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely convinced that he is untouchable or off the market. I think the Lakers are holding him as kind of like an ace in the hole, man. I think he's their cheat card. So if the event comes, there's someone that they really, really want and have to have, and every time they have nothing to give up because they're not giving Reaves, and then bam, it happens, then it's like, okay, but why would you overplay your hand, right? So the stuff that leaks in the media is rarely true. And a lot of it is assumption and it reports from another team's perspective. But no one knows 100% whether or not the Lakers would trade Reaves this season, but the Lakers. Other teams may say no. No, they said no. Maybe because the Lakers didn't see that deal as something that they would trade him for. But I know for a fact, I promise you for a fact, so I've talked to enough people who cover enough teams around this league that the majority of the teams in this league will make a trade for Austin Reaves if the Lakers made him available. I'm not saying he's getting you a superstar because he's not. But multiple teams in the league would have, the Lakers would have a ton of interest around the league if they ever made Austin Reaves available. I promise you this. So those people saying like his value is low or trade him before his value drops, I'm telling you right now, teams will take Austin Reaves because he is a high quality role player for a chip team, especially if you've got a good defensive team. So the Lakers know this. We got to give them Reaves at this point. I just don't know if they want to move Reaves for Murray. I don't know if they want to do that. I don't think Reaves is enough at this point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said right now. That's a fact. Bruce Brown not coming to the Lakers. Don't hold your breath. Well, as far as all, his market hasn't been as strong as Toronto had hoped. And like I said, I'm hearing that he may not. Now he could, but as far as of yet, a first round pick has not materialized. Like it doesn't seem realistic as of today. Now that could change a couple days. That could change, like I said, if teams miss out on other guys. But as of right now, it's looking like Toronto is struggling to get someone, at least yet, to offer up a first round pick for him. So we're gonna have to remain to see if that remains to be the case in the coming 7 to 10 days. Murray not coming. I believe that's a very strong chance that he might not come. I've been saying that all along. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they get him in a way that they still are able to make another move. But what I'm saying is, like I've been saying for weeks, I always said I didn't think they were going to have enough to get him. We'll see if that ends up happening. Let the Lakers wait till the offseason. That's their best bet. But then you're going to have people saying you're wasting a year of Bron, which I understand. But is making moves that don't really get you any further this year, just to sacrifice our future, just to show people that we tried to save a Bron season? Is that in the Lakers' best interest? That's what I'm trying to ask. Need Lakers to lose the next 5 to 6, put heat on the Lakers to get rid of Ham. It was going to take something like that. The vid of the death stare is even worse. I didn't see the video. I got to check it out after. Was that Keanu Reeves playing for the Lakers tonight? Savage, what's up, man? Lakers need Murray in his backcourt. Reeves and D'Lo was too slow and unathletic. I agree with you. Rajon Rondo arrested again? Like a second time, or are you talking about the last time? Like he was just arrested again? Savage, I actually think Murray and D'Lo backcourt would be very solid. Unfortunately, that ain't going to happen. Yeah, I'd agree with you there too. Jedi says, Reeves is shifty. He can play against athletic defenders. D'Lo is not as shifty, but he can help as a three-point threat. LeBron is our only athletic penetrator. We need another athletic penetrator. Facts. Absolute facts. Greg Stewart, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. What's good, Jeff? We just need a trade. Anything at this point. Guard and a backup center. Yeah, they definitely need to do something. They're definitely not going to sit on their hands here. I promise you that. They do a lot consistently. Can't defend, can't coach, can't shoot threes. Yeah, absolutely. They're inconsistent as a team. Facts. Do you think we're a playoff team? I think this team could get into the playoffs. I do, but I don't have confidence in this team going far in the playoffs as currently constructed. Dat says, hell no. Hi. Hey, Charlie. Thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your continued support. Thank you. Yet Ham will still be the coach. More than likely, yes. Hanson, yo. What's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good night, my guy. Hope you're having a good night. We're LA Lakers, not LA Clippers. Count round 1, round 2 wins. We count chips. Yeah, no doubt. But all I gotta do is, if you get a couple rounds through there, I get it, but you're not gonna win every year. You just want to compete. And if they're gonna get up there and they get to the, I'm not one of those who say you made it to the Western Conference Finals, your season is a failure. I think that's insane. I think that's crazy. I think that is being entitled. And I think people are spoiled to sit up there and say you can't celebrate a team that started 2-10, that went through all the adversity last year and got to the Western Conference Finals, and everyone labeled them a failure. I think that's I think that's a little unreasonable. So yes, while we expect championships, I think people need to remember what it was like those 10 years from 2013, you know what I mean, to 7 years at least, from 2013 to 2020. I think people need to remember that 7-year stretch where we were, where we would have killed for a Western Conference, to get to a Western Conference Finals. We would have killed for that. We would have killed for the second round. So let's not act like over the last 15 years, the Lakers have just been stacking up chips over the last 15 years. So we can't not enjoy a deep playoff run, even if we don't win the championship. That's crazy. That's crazy. Joe, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, man. Hi, Jeff. You're Rob Pelinka. What would you do? Help the Lakers. What would you trade? And would you still stick with this coach? At this point, if I was Rob Pelinka, because it's just a dumpster fire right now, if it were me, I would just remove Ham now, because you've got too many people who've already made their mind up on him. There's no way they're going to turn back on it. One, people don't like to admit they were wrong. Two, people just hold on so tight to a narrative they can't let go. And three, is he worth it? Is this the guy that you want to take all the heat for? Is this the guy? To me, no, at this point. While I've not been as hard on Ham as most of you guys have this season, I don't hate Ham. I don't love Ham. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's great. I think he's a mid, like an average basketball coach that is struggling to finish things out. I don't think this is the job for him. I wasn't really sure this was the job for him when they hired him. So if it were me, I'd make the change now. I'm not, like I said, I'm not campaigning for it. I'm going to say fire the man. I'm not campaigning for it. But if it were me, I would just do it, because then you put the onus on the players. Like, look, the scapegoat is gone. He's gone. He's not coming back. It's on you guys. Now we're going to see, was it him or was it you guys? And then we'll really know the answer to that as a franchise. If I was Rob, now I would know the answer to that. Was it this guy or is it them? Or was it a combination of the two? What is it? But in order for you to know, you got to put a plug on that from my perspective. And again, I haven't been a guy advocating to fire Ham. I'm not going to advocate for it. You asked me, what would I do? And if it was me, I'd send him out of here just for the simple fact that it's not working. They have a built-in excuse now. And let's see what it is. Is it him or is it them? Or is it the roster? I kind of want to know that if I was Rob. So that's what I would do. Hanson says, as soon as AR gets out of his slump, just feels like D'Lo will be in a slump again. Yeah, that's what it is. They just can't get going. They just can't get going at the same time. And that's what's the frustrating. That's what defines an inconsistent team. Nicholas Clark, what's going on? Does Darvin Ham and the team watch film between games? How can Ham be blind with not including Vando in the starting lineup? Either he's clueless or player favoritism. Yeah, I especially when we see how much better D'Lo and Austin play when he's out there. And that's what got them to the Western Conference Finals, because with him and AD and Braun out there, and even with D'Lo's length, even though he's not a great defender with effort, he has a skill set and a length that can help with it a little bit when he decides to. So when you've got someone like Vando out there, someone like Braun, someone like AD, you can help hide Austin out there a little bit more, right? So the fact that he's refusing to go back to that lineup is puzzling to me. It is absolutely puzzling to me. And or even the lineup that we have, like, 150 something possessions of, which is the D'Lo, Max Christie, Prince, Braun, and AD. Even that, like, you still keep Prince in the lineup, but you have AR come off the bench. That lineup has worked very well for the Lakers. He is yet to go to that from a starting perspective, really, other than when he had to, because guys were out of the lineup. So when it comes down to it, like, the lineups that the Lakers are absolute best at, if you look at the Lakers' best lineups this season and you look at when they play their best from a net rating perspective, those lineups that they play their best at is not giving a fair shot at starting opportunities. That I am puzzled with. And even though I've said some things that I've defended Darvin on some things, because I hold players accountable as well. This isn't just a Darvin Ham problem. You guys have heard me say this since last season. It is not just a Darvin Ham problem. But it doesn't mean that it's not a Darvin Ham problem either. Like, it's not saying that he's not removed from the problem. But the players are a problem too. And that's been my whole thing. But if he's not going to put a starting lineup there, we have 2 or 3 lineups that work well, that for one reason or another, he decides to not play. So I would really love to know why. I know he said last night he wasn't going to talk about it or just availability, which there's some layers of truth in that. I understand that, but that's just a layer of it. Give us more. Why? Well, okay, Torian is available. Okay, that's cool. He's available. But there's days where he's not effective or he's not efficient. So because he's been available, why do you not go to other guys who were available in the games where he is inefficient? That's what I would love the answer to. I don't think he has one, or definitely one he's not going to share with us, because it would be the easiest thing in the world for him to just share it with us and get us to shut up. Like, you guys don't know, there's something, whatever it is. Now, don't be combative, but just be like something. And because he's not giving us anything towards that, it opens the door furthermore, and it justifies the criticism on that from a lineup perspective. From a lineup perspective, it absolutely does. Because it doesn't make any sense to me why the lineup that got us to the Western Conference Finals is not starting, and why our second best lineup of Reaves coming off the bench with Max Christie in that 2-guard position, which we play much, much better at with that unit. There's no explanation as to why we can't see that more often. There's just not. So that's where he brings that heat on himself, and that's where I cannot defend him, because anyone who defends that, now I understood when Vando was unhealthy, when he was in not ready to play, and then when he did come back, he was in a ramp-up period. They had him on a minutes restriction. His timing was off. Didn't look the same. Did not look right. Did not look like the same Vando that they traded for last year when he came back. But the second he started putting it together, the second he started changing the outcome of games with his defense and activity and effort, and then he started actually scoring points, and then he started rim running, and then he started hitting threes. I'm like, okay, this is the time. This is the perfect time. He's trending in the right direction, and so is the team when he's on the floor. He was a plus 30 on Saturday night. A plus 30. So I thought for sure we were going to see him start tonight. Like, I thought for sure we were going to. Then I looked at the lineup and I was like, all right, Darvin. All right. I'm doing my best to try to buy you some time here. But you're not making it easy on people who understand the struggle of what head coaching is. I understand that struggle. I do. I coached a long time. I understand managing personalities, managing egos, managing expectations, managing minutes, managing situations, managing young men, managing a team away and out of town, managing these things. I understand all of this. I'm not someone who just sits back, watches games, and comes on YouTube. I know this stuff. Like, I know this element of coaching. And it's just he's not improving on the things he doesn't do well fast enough to the point where the team is going to benefit from it. And the lineup thing is probably the easiest thing that he could fix to buy some time, and he's simply not doing it. You got to give to get, man. And if you're going to sit here, it's not even give the fans what they want. Give the players what they want. Give the players what they want in this situation, because no matter what metric or what data you look at, it screams that these lineups play better than the ones you're putting out there. And by not doing that, you're opening the door for everyone to rip you apart. Even for someone like me who wants to defend you, because I want you to do well. You're the head coach of my basketball team. I'm rooting for you to succeed because I want my team to succeed. But you make it hard on guys like me when you don't do the simplest of things. I'm okay with if you have a timeout philosophy. I get it. People run to that because they're looking for something to blame. There's plenty of coaches around the league that do that same thing. It's a philosophy. People that don't coach aren't going to understand that. What I'm saying is, like, there's plenty of coaches who coach with feel, who coach with a strategy. They want to have at least 2 or 3 at a certain point of the game, and they stick with that. Plenty of coaches do that. That is not outside of the normal realm. It's not. Calling a timeout when another team wants it more than you, is playing harder than you, possession for possession for possession, calling a timeout just to put the same dudes out on the court that are bringing the same level of effort, or bring guys off the bench who are bringing the same level of effort just to go out there and then hit you with 8 more straight points. A timeout means nothing. So at that point, I don't care about the timeout situation. Those are people spooning narratives. The lineup thing An absolute real thing. So an absolute real thing. My God, that was a really long answer. Sorry, guys. Eric Quan, it takes a lot of salary gymnastics to do those moves. Oh, it absolutely does a ton, but it's doable. It's actually pretty easily doable. Not a lot of salary gymnastics. It's just moves. It's broken down just like that. You do the first trade, you do the second trade, you do the third trade, and it's done. It's all, and you still got about $3 million in cap. So that works. It's just getting the other teams to do those deals, the hard part, really, other than the actual math. What's going on, KD? What's up with you, man? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate your continued support. Let's do a roll call on here. Let's see these numbers in here. What's today's mathematics so far? 91 people in the building, 48 likes on the video, man. Come on, man. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Greatly appreciate you, man, giving out all this content on a nightly basis. All we ask is for a like and a sub and to turn on those notifications, man. Greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you for your continued support as usual. All right, let me see here. All right, where did I leave off? Here we go. Okay, Gary Stewart says, we need to face reality. Ham is here for the remainder of the season, and I hope we get some good moves before the trade deadline. I agree with you, Greg. That's a fact. Chris, my guy, what's going on, Graphic God? I also get DM saying trade AR, right? I'm telling you, the people that say that no one's going after AR this season, it's crazy. Chris, how many times in Around the League have we been hearing it nonstop about Austin? People saying that I saw some on Twitter saying, we'll keep that same energy for Austin. I'm like, what? He's been getting that all season. Like, I don't know, all season, man. Double pancakes, what's going on? The last time the Lakers run offensive set was a triangle and fill. You might be right, man. You might be right, man. If AD tries to push through and ends up severely injuring his groin, do we save draft assets for next season? That's an excellent point. And I think it's come to the point. And here's my thing, man. I think we've come to the point, and I've mentioned this before. I think we're coming to the point where we have to stop making trades just to make trades. We have to stop trying to save a season that just, the reality is, might not be able to be saved. Like, I think that's a realistic thing. At some point, we got to stop trying to throw money at the problem and asset at the problems just so we can say we tried to fix it. But did you? By trying to fix this recklessly or being negligent and then sacrificing the future as well, that's a double kill. That doesn't make any type of sense to me. I just wouldn't do it. Let's see. Arsenio SP, what's going on? Jalen always plays good against the Lakers. Yeah, that's facts, man. He's lit us up a couple times. I've seen him play in person a couple times where he was out there lighting it up in LA. Brandon says, I don't think many people want Murray, not much of a market. Want is different than people like people already, you got to understand, Brandon, like people have already started. There's how many contenders? Let me ask you guys, how many contenders do you think are in the NBA right now for a championship? I'm taking the Lakers out of it right now. They were my original 5. So I still got Boston, I still got Milwaukee, and I've got Denver. I've taken Phoenix out of it too. I don't think Phoenix is a contender right now. Maybe, and I'm going to get slayed for this. But if the Clippers stay healthy, I've got them as a contender right now. I'm going to be objective. I'm going to be real about it. I've got them as a contender right now. I know that I've been I know I spent a lot of the early season doing that, but if I can sit there and give them hell, then I can give them flowers because I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of these dudes that say keeping it real just to say keeping it real. Like, I am keeping it real. They're playing incredible. They lost tonight. I understand that. But over their last 25, 30 games, like, it's hard to deny how great they've looked when healthy. Now, can they stay healthy? That's a different story. Are they going to stay mentally healthy come playoff time? That's another story. But I look at them and I see contender. That's just me. So there's 4 teams here that are contenders to me. So at that point, if you're sitting there, Brandon, you're looking out. If you're not one of those 4 contenders right now, then maybe you're one that's on the, maybe the Lakers who think maybe they're one trade away. Maybe a lot of those other teams don't see themselves as contenders right now. So they may wait to see till the summer, because again, it is a seller's market right now. In the summer, when it's a buyer's market, then maybe you might be able to get something else from another team later. Why use the assets now? And that's what's affecting the Murray trade more than anything. And to be honest, That's why the Lakers are even in the discussions to begin with, is because of that. Because if there were teams interested in Dejounte Murray now, the Lakers wouldn't have a chance at him, which is why I still believe they don't have a great chance at him. Because I think someone could still come in late and says, okay, let's get this now. Let's get him now. And the Lakers won't have any chance at him at that point. So that's where my point is coming from. And why it doesn't seem like there's many teams that want Murray right now, I wouldn't say want. I think the proper word is there aren't many people who prioritize him right now. But I think almost any team in the league would be happy to have a player like Dejounte Murray. But I don't know how many teams in the league are prioritizing acquiring him now. I think that's the difference. LOE says, I knew it was over when Vando got tossed. He's literally the energy for this team, him and D'Lo's threes, which we didn't have tonight. Yeah. I had 2 little mini rants here, so I'm getting a little thirsty. Give me 1 second. Let me get some water, yo. Man. Gotta make sure this puppy don't get this water, man. He loves to run off with my water bottles and make his own beats over here in the room, man. Let's see. We got G-Dog. What's going on? Thank you for pulling up, man. The Lakers said clear-cut all-star for Reaves. So you heard Rob Pelinka say that out of his mouth? You heard Jeanie say that out of his mouth? Out of her mouth? You heard them say that? Like you heard them. You were in the room. You heard them say these things? Because I've never heard them publicly say that. Has anyone in the room heard them publicly say that? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed that. Maybe I missed that press release. Ladies and gentlemen, for immediate release, we, the Los Angeles Lakers, we're clearly saying that we want a clear-cut all-star for Austin Reaves. You good? You guys good? You hear that? All right, social media, did you put that out there? Put that out there, social media. Quote me on this. Clear-cut all-star for Reaves. Quote me for this. I'm just messing with you. No, they have not said that. Again, when you're negotiating, for anyone who's ever negotiated a contract, for anyone who's ever done any real negotiating, real negotiating, and I'm talking about buying a car, like real negotiating, contracts for services, multiple years and terms. Anyone who's done real contract negotiations understands that you don't want the other person on the other side of the table knowing how far you'll really go. You don't want them to know that. So if you're going to be like, this person, everyone's available. I mean, what do you want? Then you appear like, okay, you gotta have something of value you hold off. You gotta have something you hold back to you so that number hits right. You have to. Lakers trade season trending to be a dud. We don't have many valuable players or draft assets to trade. Feeling hopeless. Yeah, it's it's funny. When Darvin said, I forget what game it was, but I know the quote, man, where he says, when he was like, I don't know why people keep living and dying with every game that we play. So this, even though people like kind of lost their minds when he said that, he kind of used the wrong verbiage there. But if you think about it, think about how high everybody was after the win on Saturday, how great everyone was feeling. And then one game later, look how low everyone is feeling. And I'm saying it's like a lot of people are prisoners of the moment. People react in the moment. People just literally living day to day mentally when it comes to basketball. And that when you do that, things can get a little messy. And Laker fans, Laker Nation, we're very demanding, very passionate, dramatic, all these things. So it's like every one of these games means something. So when you have a great game, it feels great. Everyone's all loving it, enjoying it. And we have a bad game like tonight, it literally wrecks people's nights. So that is an element that a lot of NBA franchises do not have to deal with. But the Los Angeles Lakers deal with that on a daily basis. Just in, Darvin Ham told equipment managers to add pockets to the player shorts. No harm. Oh man, that might be the comment of the night there, man. Craig, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. How they let a rookie take over the first like they did. Cam had back-to-back dunks and scored in 4 straight buckets. Yeah, it just trash. He had a big stretch there in that first quarter. We started hitting all those shots too. This past weekend, he was arrested, man. Rondo out here tripping, man. What did he do, man? What did he do? It's okay to lose, but not show up pisses me off. Yeah, BTS Dance Studios. What's going on? Shout out to BTS Dance Studios, man. Hope you guys have a successful dance studio. You guys are killing it all your shows and everything, man. Appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you for your continued support. And no effort is always a tough pill to swallow. Absolutely. Reaves' best fit is the 6th man. He is too unathletic to defend against starting level players. I agree with you. I like him as a 6th man. I got my shirts. They are fire, bro. Hey, man, appreciate you. Everyone head on over to shopcourtkings.com, man, to get that fire merch that they're talking about here, man. Fire merch, shopcourtkings.com. Dropping new stuff, multiple drops a week, man. Get up there and check it out, see what we got. Full-fledged store now, man. We got multiple tees, multiple hoodies, multiple items, man. Shopcourtkings.com, still offering free shipping for now. I'm telling you, that's coming to an end very, very soon. Take advantage now, shopcourtkings.com. Damn, I missed the in-season tournament. Those were some good old days. They sure were, man. They sure were. Jeff, your BBB 2.0. You said BBB 2.0. Oh man. Oh man. BBB 2.0. I think you are. Whoa. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. I'm sorry. I don't think that. I definitely don't agree with that. Let's see. The social media. Let's see. 2011 and 2019 were rough years. Yeah, absolutely rough years, man. So it was, but at least in 2011 we got to the playoffs. In 2012 when we got Dwight and Nash, there was an excitement. It fell apart, but the second half of that season, man, they put it together. They were looking great until Kobe tore his Achilles. So there was still stuff to be really root about in that time. It was really 2013 through 2019 were really the dark days where we had absolutely sorry, my puppy is a terrorist. And he's over here doing terroristic things. But those was that 6-year stretch. Plus, Kobe retiring. The last years of Kobe were just riddled by injuries. Obviously, there were just a lot of things that went wrong in that time. And outside of that, it really that portion made me feel grateful for any type of basketball that led to further advancement in the playoffs. Not that I settle for making the playoffs or one round, but the fact that a team that started 2-10 made it to the Western Conference Finals, I could take a victory out of that. I could. Oh my God, this dog. I'm sorry, guys. He's on one right now, and it just kind of tends to do that way. Jeff, I never lose faith in Rob. He's just a cold-blooded killer. This I believe. This I absolutely believe as well. Chip or nothing for me. No, I get it. And that's fine. But my thing is, I like watching basketball. I like watching basketball in the playoffs. If my team gets 2 rounds deep in the playoffs, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be upset. It's gonna bother me. But at the same time, it's not the same as them not making anything or not doing anything or having a trash season overall. Like, I still love the fact that they gave me something to do all those months and something to watch, and I respect their effort. This team not giving effort is what I don't respect. You said Monty isn't good either. Oh no, I've always thought Monty Williams was an overrated head coach. I never really liked him. Whatever search says, yes. Get Jeff to 10K. Oh man, that would be incredible. 10K would be incredible, man. That's gonna take a long time though. But let's see. I mean, I was just got to 1K a week ago, man. But we sitting here, like I said, 86 people in the building, 55 likes. If you have not done so, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bells to get notified when we go live on days such as tonight. We greatly appreciate you guys, even when my punk ass beagle, terroristic puppy, is back here throwing a temper tantrum over what it is right now. I do not know, but doesn't take much for him to throw a temper tantrum. Like I said, he's a terrorist. Certified terrorist, man. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's see. Hey, appreciate you, Search, man. Really do. You know this. Jay Lloyd, what's going on, brother? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Prince got something over Darvin. That's why he's still starting when Vandal needs to start. Here's the thing. I don't think he's got something on Ham. My thing is Ham just finds these guys that he trusts too much. And it's not like Torian Prince. I think Dan said it best on his show earlier on Playback. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to get over there and support Dan on Playback TV. I think he hit on the head when he said, like, look, we like the signing of Torian Prince for that money. We didn't know we were going to get him for 30, 35 minutes a game, though. That's too much for him. Even 25 minutes probably too much for him. He's an 18, 20-minute guy, and we're pushing it there. Outside of that, he's just playing him too much. It was the same thing with Dennis Schroeder last year. He latches on to these guys. And give me 1 second. I'm sorry. He latches on to these guys and just insists on playing them so many minutes. And that's one thing that definitely, if you're a player, is going to drive you nuts, right? Not that he's playing him, but the fact that he's playing him so many minutes. When you got guys who need a little bit more opportunity, this is where the part where you really can't back up Darvin. Now, as far as the power forward slot, I understand that because it's a little bit more redundancy there. You got Rui, you've got Wood, you've got AD, you've got Braun, you've got, like, obviously I'm not going to put Hayes into that because he's literally like the last guy on the roster right now, right? But the redundancy at that position, I do understand that. But the Prince situation of strictly just playing him all those minutes, at some points, maybe take a little bit advantage of your youth. Let Max Christie grow into a role this season. Play him in stretches. You don't got to get him but 15 minutes a game. They could be 3 minutes at a time, 4 minutes at a time. Let him get some run out there, and let's see what this kid has. There are teams out there. Look at what they did with the kid on Denver last year, their first round pick, Brown last year, right? Look what they did with him last year. He was playing. He contributed. Obviously, he wasn't a deciding factor, but he was out there giving good minutes during a championship run. Like, I would like to see Max Christie get some run here. That's just where I'm coming from. He loves starting Prince. This is facts. Vanderwood is back, baby. Ham needs to start him now. This is a fact. Nicholas Clark says, Ham has become very unlikable this season. Failure to adapt, arrogant, lacks accountability, non-communicative, lacks passion and synergy, with players. Tone deaf, comments, blames fans. Yeah. I agree with everything there. I don't know if Darvin is arrogant. I don't know about that. I think he's stubborn. I would kind of replace arrogant with stubborn, but there is a but everything else with there, I pretty much agree with you. BTS, where did I coach? I coached AAU ball out of Southern California. So I coached Southern California, but we went all over, like, to the Southwest. So we went San Diego, Arizona, we went Vegas. Like, we went a big bunch of tournaments around that area. Coached all over California. Man, I miss those days, man. I got a text from someone. I got a message from someone today that I haven't talked to in a long time. Someone that I coached. And every once in a while, it's happening a little bit more lately, though. I'll get a message from one of the kids I coached, and it's just like a random one of those, like, just like a thank you, you know what I mean, or just a check in, or like, because my team, like my teams that I coached, like a lot of the kids that I coached weren't like, when we started, this wasn't about, okay, this kid's going to college, that kid's going to college, we're going to be a powerhouse program. A lot of it was just like, okay, I need to stay out of trouble. All my friends and people I came up with were starting to get into some bad things, going to jail or worse. And I had to do something to keep me on a track, like to get me away from that and secure a future for me to where I could not end up like a lot of them are ending up. So I ended up coaching these kids. And so me going into that wasn't just about, getting out there and winning games. It was about using the game of basketball, my passion of basketball, to teach these kids, get them off the street, get them focused on a future, and take them to places they've never seen, get them out of their city, get them out of their comfort zone, get them out, just collectively with a bunch of kids that were like brothers and sisters to them. We grew a program. And so, like, when we grew that out, like, it just became life-changing for a lot of us, including myself. And I feel like I get a lot of credit for it, but I don't deserve all the credit, because if they weren't willing to put in the time or put in the work, then it wouldn't have gotten the results that it did. And if they didn't listen to anything I was saying, or they gave up on me, then who knows where I would have ended up as well. Like, maybe I ended up back with my peoples that were doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing. Maybe I'm not sitting here talking to you today. You know what I mean? So for me, those kids helped me as much as I helped them. And that's what makes it so special, because it was a true partnership. And so when I get these messages like I get today of someone who's doing that same thing now, building out programs and teaching people how to coach while coaching their own things, and building out a program and getting further kids off the street and doing that same thing, paying it forward, then it's like that matters to me way more than any tournament win, than any championship because they're winning at life now, not just basketball. And that was my goal, to take the game I love, the game of basketball, to teach them life and to teach them discipline and to get their heads focused on what they could be. And that was the most special thing about it. So where I coached all over Southern California, but it was more about the program we built and how we built it and what that program stood for and what it still stands for today. Salute, Jeff. I don't hate Ham, but I thought it was foolish to hire a first-time coach when we're in a win-now mode. What was your opinion on when he got hired? What's up, Vegas Dev? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I agree with you. I didn't love it at the time. I loved it for this. Well, not loved it. I was okay with it at the time because it got to a point where I was like, who else was out there? It was at a point where there really wasn't, a bunch of guys they could have got. And, he was his name was ringing out there. I mean, they won the championship with the Bucks. Giannis was big time hyping him up. I didn't know anything about him as a head coach, right? Because he had never been one. I'm never a fan of a rookie head coach in a win now situation, unless this guy has been a rookie head coach or has been a really, really good assistant that guys were trying to get for years. Like we want to overpay for this guy. No, I'm gonna stay here. No, I'm gonna stay here. Like a coaching prodigy. And then we're eventually, the team who has him knows he's eventually going to leave, but he's going to wait for that right situation. It's different than a guy that's like at Darvin's age, becoming a rookie head coach, been pretty primarily known as a player development guy. I don't think anyone had any expectations of him being an X's and O's guy. And the fact that they didn't really add anyone to the staff that could do that. So I think they fumbled a lot of things on that situation. I didn't love it at the time, but there wasn't a lot of things at the time that I felt was an option either. Princess Ham's love child. That makes sense. That's hilarious. Let's see. I didn't coach at a school. I had a travel ball program. So I didn't coach for a high school. I coached high school players, but not at a high school. I had a travel ball team. Appreciate you. Pat Riley was not great, but he learned to play only 2 bench guys. You said Pat Riley was not great? I think Pat Riley was great. His toughness and his tenacity, I would kill for that right now. He can get guys to do things and fight. Now, Pat Riley, a control freak, he did some things that obviously ran its course, led to him leaving LA, led to him leaving New York. But as far as when he was here, his competitiveness and his toughness, that was greatness what he did here in the 80s. Bloodhound said Jeff coached at Hofstra, Long Island. Let's lower Long Island, huh? That's hilarious. That's funny. D'Lo got to go and get a better center backup. Fire scan. What's going on, Shan Music? What's going on? I don't know. You're saying I'm capping. I'm not sure really what it is, but I must have capped if Festo says so. When you think about the draft picks, the most impactful rookies for the Lakers have always been random undrafted guys like Caruso and Reaves. Caruso hit. What am I tripping? Kuzma hit pretty good. Like I said, Ingram was the guys that they got number 2, like Ingram was great. Randall was a good player. Like all these guys, they were good players. Like they were all good players. Josh Hart was a good player. Larry Nance was a good player. I felt like the Lakers have drafted a lot of guys that were good. Their scouting department, I feel like, hasn't missed. But if you're not going to play them and not going to use them correctly, but as far as their undrafted guys and stuff like that, yeah, they've been able to find some gems there. But I'm not going to say that everyone else they drafted didn't end up good. If you look at these guys, Ingram got a max. Ball got good money. Randall got good money. Josh Hart got good money. Kuzma got good money. These guys are still they're going to have very long NBA careers, except Lonzo because his knee gave out, right? But all these other guys that are getting paid and playing roles in other teams, the Lakers drafted those guys. So I think the Lakers have drafted well no matter where they've drafted. David, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, man. How could you not blame this on Ham? He should have had this team motivated tonight. That's the coach's job. Well, again, it's not that I'm not blaming it on Darvin Ham. I think I was pretty clear on that. And I went on about a 5 to 7 minute kind of dialogue rant and what I do blame him for. So maybe just, I don't know, a part of the show you tuned into. I just don't blame Ham alone, but also getting an NBA team motivated to play is not as much on the head coaches as you would typically think. The scheme, the system, the offense, the defense, the strategies, and all that stuff like that is their pretty much main job. I don't know a head coach is going to motivate a 39-year-old LeBron James. I don't know of a coach in the league that's going to motivate a 39-year-old LeBron James. I don't know a head coach that's going to be motivating veteran players. They know what the job is. They know what they have to do. They've been doing this long enough. It's to sit back and say like it's primarily the head coach's job to motivate a team. Now it's great when they motivate them, yes, and it does. There is some responsibility there, but at some point to sit here and act like these players are just removed from blame, like like their lack of energy is all on Darvin Ham. That's a little bit ridiculous to me. Let's see. Front office is mad stupid for not seeing Ham as a bad coach. We have no clue what he's doing. I hear you, man. I hear you. Luka gonna send them home. Mr. Hitstick 42. Like send them why? They're going to Dallas and he's like sending them home in a private jet or something? Or what? Because last I checked, Dallas record is struggling pretty bad too. He gotta worry about getting his house in order before he even worries about us or we worry about him, especially because we just beat him with Kyrie. How you doing? LOE says, I seriously would add NY to the contenders list, even without making another move. Contender? I think they could scare someone. I think they can knock someone out, but I don't have them winning 4 rounds of the playoffs. So I wouldn't put them as a contender. But with that OG trade and depending what else they do with the deadline, I think they could get scary. OG, that Toronto team would always play Boston hard and give them some fits. Now you added OG to that team. If they can kind of add someone that's a little bit more of a bucket getter to replace what they had and quickly off the bench, I would like their chances more. I had them taking a step back this year. Then after the trade, I have them going forward. I love the way they're looking right now. Brunson is playing at a very high level, potentially MVP candidate level. But when the game slows down in the playoffs, I'm curious to see how that team looks. But contender, I don't know if I agree with you there. But as far as can they knock someone out and scare someone, I think so. Does Ham have a handshake agreement with Prince and Cam? He did the same with Shooter and Bev last season. He playing favorites. Yeah, it's coming off that way, right? Lakers' worst nightmare could happen. 80-year bronze season-ending injury. Celtics versus Clippers for the finals. Man, that would be rough, right? But I think the Denver Nuggets will have something to say about that too. So will the Bucks. Ozzy, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Jeff, when we click the bell, it'll let us know when you go live, right? Yes. So if you subscribe to the channel and then you click on the notification bell, it will absolutely let you know when I'm going live. Absolutely. So thank you. 80 people in the building right now, 58 likes. Go ahead and drop a like on the video if you have not done so already and subscribe to the channel. And like Ozzy said, turn on post notifications to get notified when we go live on nights such as tonight. Thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate you for the reminder there. I appreciate you. Jedi Jesus says Ham I think was a good motivator last year. I don't know what happened this year, why he changed. I don't know if Ham was ever a really good motivator. I think the team just was motivated by the moves that were made, and they went out there with the energy because the whole first half of that season there were things that happened with one. You had the Russ situation. There was just like a black cloud hanging over the entire franchise, and you had Braun chasing the scoring record the whole first half of the season. So those two things alone were enough to destroy the first half of that season. Once you got Russ out of there and Braun got the scoring record, everyone could focus on a common goal, which was winning basketball games again. And that alone was probably enough to catapult them to the next level of that season and get them out of their rut. Festo says Reaves don't get as much smoke as D'Lo, and that's why people are saying, Jeff, got to keep it real on that. I am keeping it real. Like I said, man, watch some around the league episodes, man. We're getting constant about Austin. Dan is constantly getting hit up about Austin. He has been all season on his stream. So like I said, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I get a ton of messages of people upset with Austin Reaves, and I've been getting that since the summer. So again, I'm not saying you're wrong from what you're seeing or believing. I'm just saying I get a lot of volume, man. And what I'm saying is I get a lot of people mentioning the opposite of what you're saying is all I'm saying. Trayvon Jones, James, I apologize. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate you, man. Jeff, if the Lakers put Reaves in the Murray deal, do you think it had happened already? I mean, I don't think Atlanta is sitting back like, okay, give us Reaves and you have Murray. Like, I think they still want picks. I think they would keep Austin on their team, whereas they would reroute D'Lo somewhere else. But I think that they would want Reaves and a pick to go with it. It wouldn't just be like, okay, here's Reaves and something else to pack on the salary there a little bit, and that's it. I don't think that would still be enough for Atlanta's eyes. So no, I don't think so. In my opinion, D'Lo takes from Reaves when he goes off the other slumps. Murray and Reaves could be a nicer fit. Also, Reaves a more comfortable guy to have in a playoff setting. Yeah, so I'm saying. So it's always funny, man, that the different perspectives people have and the different side of the coin that people are on with this. I think that here's the thing. I think that Murray and Reaves and Murray and D'Lo, I think both of those combos could be good for the Lakers in different scenarios and different reasons. Obviously, Murray playing with D'Lo, you'd have more shooting, and you'd have someone who can play some defense out there with D'Lo to help him. And if it's Murray and Reaves, then you've got two guys who can create. You have two guys that can actually go to the cup. Austin can shoot, even though he's not shooting a great percentage. He can draw fouls, but Murray, who's struggling as a defender playing alongside Trae Young, probably wouldn't be able to be as good as a defender as he could be playing alongside Austin Reaves either. So there's pros and cons to both sides of those. You know what I mean? Ham is the primary problem. Primary, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to sit up here. And thanks for pulling up Dan Inspiration. Like I said, when I've said that he's not alone in this, I'm not saying like he has 20% of the problem. I'm not saying he's a small part of the problem. He's a good part of the problem. I agree with that. He said, "I'll stop it, Jeff." John, what's going on, man? Jalen Green only have one bad game, but every time he plays the Lakers, he always cooks the Lakers. That's a fact. That's a fact. I predicted the Lakers come out saying they're concerned with D'Lo's playoff viability, like they did with the other Russell. It doesn't surprise me about anything that comes out, man. MT says, Ham gotta go. Ham gotta go. That seems to be the narrative, man. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way for sure. Don Terry, yo, what's going on, my brisket brother, man? Thank you for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. He said, what's up, bro? I'm good off trades because I'm fully convinced that no matter who we trade for, we're going to be handicapped because of the Saginaw switchblade. I hear you, man. But like I said, all I can base this off, I've only seen one scenario where he's coached a team after the trade deadline, after a bunch of moves were made, which was last season, and we got to the Western Conference Finals. So I still think that if they make a trade for players that improve the roster, I still think that the team would be better for it. Jalen Green is an overrated player who just cares about scoring, but not good. Well, I mean, a lot of young teams have players like that. So yeah, he's like that too. Jamar, what's going on, brother? Thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. High and low. That's Dan, the Laker fan. He said high and low. No, Dan's just passionate. Dan is just passionate. When he's angry, he's angry. When he's happy, he's happy. He's a passionate guy. Smash the like button when you come in. Absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate you. Let's see where we are right now. Where we at with the likes? So let's see, we got 74 people in the building right now, 59 likes. That's a lot better. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Appreciate you, Jamal. Thank you. And Inspiration said, as a Laker fan, I don't feel too bad. I feel sorry for the Lions fan. No, I feel bad, but I feel bad the Lions fans got cooked. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Ham lied about the facts over feelings BS. Man, Ham is just all in it, man. FYF debates. What's going on, Lamont? Thanks for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you. Lakers gave up 135 to Houston. WTF. No trades will fix this. This team is bad, okay, with no fire at all. You score 119 versus the Rockets, you should win. That's a fact. That's a fact. Scoring 119 against anyone, you should win if you have anywhere near an adequate defense, man. That's just ridiculous. Facts, facts, facts. Jeanie is too emotional, in my opinion. She has no clue what she is doing, in my opinion. Jeanie needs to get someone in there on the basketball side, which is what her brother was supposed to be, and then Magic. Like I've said this before, I think her on the business side of the brand, the Laker brand, she's fantastic. One of the best, if not the best in the league on that side of the business. But as far as running the basketball operation sides, being kind of the one who oversees that, the final decision maker, I mean, that's not her strong suit. It never was supposed to be. Her dad wanted her brother in there, then she brought in Magic, right? But now I think she's kind of given some space between that and who's ever next. I would like someone in there who can really hold that down and let her go back to what she does, which is building the brand of Laker basketball, which is what she's absolutely best at. Outside of that, being thrusted into a role that she never was supposed to be, and I have a little sympathy for her. But outside of that, now it is definitely on her to find someone to put in that role who can run that day-to-day with Pelinka, be the face of the franchise from a basketball operations perspective, and help grow that program out, right? And help grow that franchise out. Prince would be good as a backup, 10 to 15 minute at most guy, not a start. Yeah, that's probably the range of minutes he should be playing. That I definitely do. Definitely do agree with you there. Braun give Ham the Steph stare at Poole. You might have, man. You might have. Yeah, man, that puppy search, man. That puppy, bro. Even the dog's pissed off at the Lakers. Fact, man. That we can't get past the 2-game winning streak. Facts, man. Rondo's Zoom call from jail would be better. Oh man, okay, that's the comment. That's the comment of the night right there, man. Hey, Sarge, put that in the archives, man. That's up there with the Airbud, man, and the 5-dog lineup, man. That's the one right there. Rondo Zoom calling from jail would be better to have. That's hilarious, man. Love the show. What's going on? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Thanks for pulling up. I'd hire Phil Handy. The team is better, like with Phil's. Oh, this is funny, man. Oh man, you killed me with that, man. You remember the Magic and Pelinka feud? Which did you side with? Hmm. I'm gonna respectfully decline to answer that because I know a lot of what went on there, and yeah, that was a weird situation, man. Much blessings, man. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Love the show. Appreciate you. Appreciate having you here, man. Thank you. Ham is becoming what fans said about Westbrook, right? There's always someone every year that becomes the flat out like scapegoat, right? Ham probably the worst coach Braun ever had, in my opinion. What's up, Rons? Walton's up there. Let's think about this. Walton's up there. Black really didn't. Black was a very good head coach. He just didn't fit there with Braun. Maybe some of his earlier guys, but it could be. Yeah, I mean, him and Walton both hired by Lakers, right? Cobbs, what's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you, Jeff. I won't be surprised if Ham is gone tomorrow. That Braun viral dead eye stare, something is up. That's a good point. For Braun to kind of give the like Braun has come out and said, Braun, to my knowledge and from everything that I've heard, Braun has not openly campaigned for him to be removed of his job. He hasn't, nor has AD. So I think that's what kind of also leads to the Laker higher ups not really forcing, pushing the envelope there, forcing the issue with it. Those guys have yet to do that yet. So we've got to just got to see how it is. David Sabatini says, this is just who we are, Jeff. We just have to accept it. Oh, facts. We are who we are right now. That's 100% true. But I do believe that trades can help us be a better team, a contender. That remains to be seen. JSJ, what's going on, my guy? JSJ in the building. Sorry, I'm late. No, you good. Appreciate you, man. Like, share, sub. Really appreciate it. Absolutely. Austin Reaves got to go. Tyrone just does it like Austin Reaves. This is why I'm chipping on people say that no one's been coming for Austin all season, because I've heard it all season, man. All season. More likes equals more wins for the Lakers. Facts. Another rough game for AR. He's already a liability on defense, and now he can't get a bucket to save his life. Yeah, he's in a rut right now. He's in a certified rut right now. Please move D'Lo for Murray, and also say Xavier Tillman would be a cool Hayes replacement. I love Tillman. Really good effort guy. Kind of undersized, but a good effort guy. And again, I want to harp on this. It's not like the Lakers can wake up tomorrow and be like, okay, Atlanta, we'll do this deal. Like, no, Atlanta is the one that hasn't decided if they want to do it yet. If the Lakers aren't holding this up, it's Atlanta. So Atlanta holds all the cars, all the keys here, man. Need team meeting, voice frustrations, call out coach, call out each other. Maybe they will play the sustainable urgency like last year. That they've done multiple times. And things started to turn around, but then we had this hiccup tonight. So maybe they do that after that. But they've had multiple of these meetings already. I don't get why Ham keeps on playing Prince. It might sell us a season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dennis, what's going on? What was the name of the AAU team you coached for in California? I was a lot of different programs. So we did training, a bunch of different ones. I'm not going to put my team name out there because that's kind of personal, kind of private. I don't want, there's a bunch of people on that team that I don't really want. You get what I'm saying? But I coached out of Southern California. I coached in multiple different programs from the swoosh camps, the ARC camps, leagues, all these different ones. So multiple different ones and multiple different teams. But as far as like that one, I'm not going to put it out there because, like I said, it's a public platform, and those kids' right to privacy. Hammer's favorite team is over Prince. Facts. For sure, if we bench Prince, we start winning more. I don't know about benching, but cutting his minutes. And Prince has had multiple games where, especially like those Clippers and Suns games, where having him out there to guard the wings was really, really helpful for us. So, but again, there's games where he's absolutely killed us as well. Shop Corp Kings Fire merch and will sell out soon. Absolutely. Ham must hate Rui and Vandal. The biggest mistake is not building off last year, in my opinion. That totally ruins the continuity. Facts. Yeah, that's more facts. So I'm trying. Miami's struggling too. They got too many guys out of position. Yeah. No, I trust. But see, they play with effort though. They play with a ton of effort. Out of that time, that effort alone sometimes will get you wins. I wouldn't mind Kyle Lowry as a vet minimum like Rondo was, but then I thought about the Miami guard curse and how does Lowry count as a champ? He a champ and played for the teams unlike Nunn and Gabe. I see. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind Lowry as that vet that wasn't really going to play. Like to be out there to help me another vet and a voice, I wouldn't mind. But to count on him for any type of minutes, I wouldn't do that. I think there's other guys that would be better. What's going on, Dwight Smith? Salute to you, man. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shan says Murray won't struggle on D on the Lakers. The D isn't as bad. He can guard his position and play the one. Reaves can focus on the help side. He tries even if he's not as good. That's the difference between him and D'Lo. Yeah, that's a fact. He gives the effort. He just gets cooked. He doesn't have the skill, but he gives the effort. Where D'Lo has a skill but doesn't give the effort. Frustrating. More lice equals more chances of Ham getting fired. That's hilarious. Ham waits till the team goes on a 16-0 run to call a timeout. Oh man. Doesn't this feel like a toxic breakup? False promises and hanging on to something that's not there. Wish we got a clear answer so we manage expectations. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We have a decent team with a bad guy. It's true. Let's see. Jeff, you just said a mouthful. I did a couple mouthful takes right here. Not sure which one you're talking about, but yeah, I did for sure. Tonight was gonna be one of those nights. Jeannie's comment on Ham was the worst thing she ever said. Again, I mean, did you guys hear like Jeannie come on like in an interview and say that? Like, did she perfectly speak? Big saying like that she's committed to him. Basically, again, guys, it basically means that she's not firing him right now. Jeannie could wake up tomorrow and decide it's enough. They have the right to change their mind. It's not like they gave a contract where it's like, okay, you cannot be fired this year. Like that's not going to happen. The Lakers had a chance to trade Reaves for Dejounte Murray. They should have taken it because a Murray D'Lo backcourt would it be better than Austin and D'Lo. I don't know that they've ever had that chance to do that. To be honest with you, I don't know that. I haven't heard that. Everything I've heard about is Atlanta has not received a deal that they like at all yet. I know loyalty matters, but come on, her loyalty is making us lose. Yeah, sometimes you can be too loyal in business. It's different for personal, but in business, you got to do what's best for the brand and best for the team. I agree with you. What do you think is wrong with Ham's defensive scheme? I think the lineups are wrong defensively. It's just so you got teams are going out there to just go out and try to light up threes against you because they know that you're not going to be able to contest them. Reaves doesn't have the ability or the skill set to close out on the shooter and prevent a drive, right? So he gives too much space and doesn't have enough like athletic ability to get back to affect the shot, right? So when you know that guys are out there just actively raining threes, probably get Austin out the game at that point. And then when they stop shooting so much, and then you kind of put him back in there to kind of do his thing. And if they continue to do it, you got to learn how to manage that. But maybe put him on another side of the floor or something. Get some movement out there to where he's not out there. They're searching him out not just on drives, but on corner threes, trying to get him on pin downs. They have to run back and forth there, and he can't do it. So getting guys out there who can more actively guard the three would be ideal because teams are looking for that early and often. Says Serge, why are you modeling a small channel? I am a small channel. That's a fact. That's a fact. Darvin Ham needs to never coach again. What's going on, Joe, man? Ox 1947, man. My guy over there. Shout out my guys over there, Lakers Fast Break, man. They do great work over there, both on playback, both on YouTube. Check out all their socials, man. Lakers Fast Break, man. Shout out to Gerald. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Joe, man. Yeah, it's rough time to be a rough time for Darvin Ham, man. Let's see. Laker Familiar says, what up, Jeff? This isn't a trade problem. This is a complete disaster on all levels. Facts, man. And Laker Familiar, thank you for being a member on the channel, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate your continued support, man. Thank you. Jeff with Rob, Magic, my guy, too. But that's weird. Yeah, I hear you. You want to do a trade? You ask Ham first, then try to get reinforcements. Yeah, I just don't see him doing it. Let's see. I feel like every team play is to attack Reaves. That's why every guard is going off whenever Reaves is guarding them. Guards have often gone off against the Lakers, even before we had Austin Reaves. We haven't really had a real point guard in forever. And so we've always kind of been killed by other teams' point guards. They're the same point guards that kill every other team too. Like I said, when I have other guys from other teams on this, when we're on the same show and we're talking about it, their complaints and their issue seems to be the same. Can't stop guards. Can't stop guards. Can't stop guards. It's a league where you can't guard these guys. There's no defense being played, and if you touch them, like, it's just a whole different league now. So getting guys who can guard guards is tough. You want to be able to alter shots, make them work for it. But as far as stopping these guys, it's really hard to stop a lot of these guys in today's NBA. Lakers will not win consistently until Ham is gone. They won pretty consistently last year with them the second half after a major trade. So I'm confident if they get the right players out there. The players aren't working just as much as the coaches. The pieces aren't fitting. So the roster didn't line up as well as we thought it would. And that's just as evident as coaches' flaws. But I've seen them do it before when he got half a new roster out there and they got to the Western Conference Finals. So I think he's not going to be the reason we succeed. That's a fact. But if they get some new guys out there who just play with effort and fit a little better, then I can see them, making a run here. I can't type. Kyle Lowry can still be good. He wasn't bad. He was just unexpected too much in Miami. If you ask him to play make, lead, and hit open shots off the bench 10 to 12 minutes, he could be solid. Yeah, but like I said, like a vet that isn't counted on to play much or at all. But yeah, not much. Definitely not more than like 10 minutes for me for Lowry, for sure. If they even looked at him. He fresh off a finals appearance. I think he got a small push left in the tank. Let's see. Goku says, "What up, Jeff? Lakers have to get rid of Darvin Ham, Suntory, and Prince. What's going on? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you." Let's see. We had passionate players last year. Russ, Bev, Wenyan, TRT, Tristan, Reaves playing for contract. This year, players are disinterested. There's a lot of reasons for it. And I've said before, it's not just Darvin Ham that some of the players are frustrated with. There's been bad leadership on the court this year. So that translates to it too. So the Lakers have a plethora of issues. It's not just Darvin Ham, but Darvin Ham is one of the problems, obviously. But these guys, obviously, health, guys in and out of the lineup, Darvin, roster not fitting. And it's just, D'Lo's inconsistency, defense collectively as a team. A lot of issues here, man. A lot of issues. Prince, Russell, and Reaves lineups are killing Lakers every game. Yep, they are, man. Definitely are on defense for sure. Let's see. The Laker way is the only way. Thanks. They both give effort, in my opinion, but D'Lo plays better on defense. Stop it with Reaves' effort BS. I've seen Austin give plenty of effort on defense. I've seen it. He just doesn't have the skill. I've seen him. There were multiple times in that Warrior game where he was actually glued to guys and Steph had to pass it out of there. It's just when they get a step on him is where things get problematic. When he guesses right first, then he can get his body on people. But when guys are out there, they can blow by him. But I've seen him give effort out there. That's not BS at all. I've heard multiple people, even people who cover the league, have talked about that. Like, he gives effort. He just doesn't have the skill out there. So I think people saying that Austin is just not giving any type of effort. Now, there's times where he's just like, okay, what just happened there? Like, he got blown by. But yeah, but if I say that he never gives any type of effort out there, that's not true. Dennis says, if they aren't trading Reaves, who really a bench player? They're not firing Ham. The Lakers are in their own way. It's that simple. Their own way. Yeah, I hear you. The 2020 team had Bradley and Green, two defensive guards that worked, but it doesn't work when you got two offensive-minded guards. Yeah, but at the same time, there were a lot of people that at that point, Frank Vogel was playing Avery Bradley nonstop, and everyone was complaining about him too. Avery Bradley was Vogel's favorite, and there was a lot of problems with him playing it. A lot of people were happy when Bradley didn't go to the bubble. You know what I mean? He didn't go to the bubble, and they won the championship. So, like I said, Bradley was one of those guys that was a coach's favorite for Vogel and played him too many minutes, and we were able to win that way. So, like I said, if a team is playing defense, then you can get away with playing your favorites, but they've got to play the defense for sure. How am I killing you, man? How am I killing you? I've heard multiple people on multiple channels that people don't even like Austin Reaves be like, yeah, man, he's giving effort. He just sucks on defense. Like, people are saying, like, he's giving effort, but the effort doesn't matter. He doesn't have the skill. Get him out of there. I've heard people who can't even stand Austin Reaves say that he gives effort. So that part I definitely do disagree with you on. And yes, he was a bench guy last year. He says, okay. Let's see. Appreciate you, Search. Thank you, sir. He said, thank you for wanting me here, Search. Laker management is suspect. Well, that's a whole different argument for a different time, man. A whole different argument for a different time, man. Let's see. King, what's going on, my brother, man? King for We Talk Mavs over here. Make sure, like I said, you guys hear me every show mention We Talk Mavs. Pull up there, support them. Good guys over there, man. Great content creators. Just they just know ball, man. They know basketball. So if you get tired of the Lakers and then they get you frustrated, you just want to hear people talk about basketball, learn a little bit more about other teams. If you want, if you want to watch Luke a little bit more and some of the greatness he's doing, head on over to We Talk Mavs, man. Support my guy King and Rel over there, man. What up, Jeff? Wore one of the shirts on the show tonight. Thank you again. Much love and continued success on you, bro. Oh, man, thank you. Appreciate you. So head on over to We Talk Mavs just to see them rock that Court Kings gear over there, man. Appreciate you, King, brother, man. Thank you. We greatly appreciate your support. And most importantly, we appreciate your great work. Keep that up, you and Rel, man. We appreciate you out here. We have talent, but too many me first guys. Need more glue guys that do the little things. Oh, bam. Absolutely 100%. I'll get mad and trade AR and D'Lo and pick for a superstar, two-way player without gutting the team. Easier said than done, though. But yeah, I agree with you. Jeff, Super Bowl predictions. What's up, KD? I'm gonna go Chiefs. Early in Brady's career, I would bet against him, and then he just taught me never do that again, except for my New York Football Giants, who beat them twice. But outside of that, I'm not betting against Pat. I'm just not. I think the Niners are incredible. I think when they're healthy and all those guys are playing, I think they potentially are the best team in football. But Pat is the best player in football. And the Niners, although they was an impressive come behind win, they haven't looked great in the playoffs to me. They haven't. So I'm going to go KC. Shout out to my family in Kansas City, man. I'm going KC. Let's see. Festo says, more like Reaves' horrible defense. See, there you go. Jeff getting on D'Lo, not Reaves. That's why I was saying earlier, you made my point. What are you talking about? I've said they're different. Whereas for like D'Lo doesn't give effort, but he can deflect, right? But he has the skill set. So I prefer him out there playing defense over Reaves. I would prefer it. Austin is giving the effort, but it's not enough because he doesn't have the skill. I mean, it's clear as day. Like Austin can give all the effort in the world, but A for effort stuff doesn't lead to wins. You know what I mean? D'Lo is a better defender without giving the effort because he has skill and length. He just chooses to not fully use the skill. There's a total difference there. But Austin gives effort. He just doesn't have the skill. Like he doesn't have the ability. And you got him out there guarding like a certified bucket or a wing. Like it just doesn't make any damn sense for that. Putting him on guys like that, having him guard like a guy like KD makes absolutely no sense. But the Austin is all effort. If anything, he's all effort. Now, skill on the offensive side, he has skill, but on the defensive side, he just doesn't really have him. He's got some fundamentals, but he doesn't have the way to make up for someone when they get him on a first step. He can't track them down. He can't block shots. He can't really fill the passing lanes. He can't do a lot of these things that these other guys do off pure skill and length and athleticism because he doesn't have it. So the fact that he just doesn't have a physical attribute that some of these other guys have, and that's his biggest problem on defense. But to say that Austin Reaves gives no effort on defense, then you're just looking for a reason to hate Austin Reaves pretty much at that point. Hide Reaves on defense, please. Yeah, I think we need to do that. As far as I remember, the Pau Gasol trade was Jerry Buss trade, not a Mitch Kupchak trade, I think. No, that was Mitch Kupchak trade. That was Mitch dealing with the front office in Memphis after Jerry West left. Let's see. But no, that was Mitch. That they did a whole like breakdown of how that deal came together and how the Lakers almost pulled out of it because it was about to go public and they knew they would be in a bidding war. And that went down. I remember they had just lost in Detroit. It was a bad loss in Detroit. And that deal kind of get. I remember that trade like it was yesterday. That was all Mitch. Coach is a product of poor management. Would be interested in deep dive, for example, saving money with not resigning Caruso. Oof, still hurts. Yeah, that was tough. They made a choice on that because the tax ramifications on Caruso on a 4-year deal, the amount of tax on that was just to a point where because of the repeater tax was a number the Lakers just weren't willing to go to for Alex Caruso. I don't know, but I'm being honest. I don't know of a lot of teams in the league that would have. So the THT one, younger, longer. They felt he was about to have a breakout year. His contract would have been. They felt he would have been a movable asset later if need be, and just they made a choice with what they felt was better moving forward. They thought that they got someone who could replace Caruso, and they felt that they'd stole Reaves at the time, which they did. But they were sadly mistaking that Reaves was going to be the defender that Caruso was, or have the athleticism that Caruso has. But they really loved Caruso, but it was just bad timing more than anything. And the tax on that was incredible. They were gonna have to pay something like, I think it was 28 or 32 million dollars on tax just by re-signing Caruso. So it was a deal or a move that a lot of teams would have done the same thing with, and it sucks because it's just the business of basketball why he left. Let's see. BI says they're hunting Austin Reaves. He's not getting those assignments. Why would they have him guarding Kevin Durant? Yeah, that was no. They did before. Like there were times where they had him out there, and he said, "I don't know why they're putting him on me." Kevin Durant flat out said that. You're going to put this guy on me? What are you doing? Don't put him on me. You know, when we play next week, like they had him guarding him multiple times in multiple games. Hey Jeff, first time. What's up, Kurt? Hey Jeff, first time in here. Great work. Just subscribed. Rondo already showing he should be our coach. A gun and Kush would really motivate this team. That's when he went to gym, man. Rondo's been getting in trouble, man. Damn, that sucks. I really had high hopes for him to be an NBA head coach, and he's doing things that are probably not going to allow that to happen. So that sucks, man. He said, "Who's this guy?" Jeff, favorite big song feature. Oh man. Mm, that's tough, bro. That is that is tough. There's some big. Oh man, the, the joint on Reasonable Doubt with Jay. Um, he had so many, man. He had so many features, and he killed all of them, man. That's a little too hard for me to answer, man. Like the fact, the big because Pac had more of the more quantity, right? Like he put out so many records. Big, I felt like we didn't get nowhere near as much work, right? But his features, man, every time he did a feature, man, he would just kill it. Even a feature on Shaq's Diesel album, like "Can't Stop the Rain," he bodied that. You know what I mean? Like any on a Shaquille O'Neal record, like everything Big did, he bodied. So it's just as far as Big's best features, I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute because he's had some killers, man. Even the one he did with Brett and JD, like he just bodying that. But uh, Notorious Thugs is up there as one of my top. Oh, that's not a feature. That was on his album though. But it's what I'm thinking about. Though. So feature. Uh, yeah, because I was on Life After Death. This is too hard, man. This is too hard. He had too many. I feel like every time Big got in the booth to do a feature, he just destroyed everyone. I haven't seen this guy before. He said, "Should be criminal that they drafted JHS." Yeah, it's really hard to defend that right now because we don't know what JHS is. He's way too young. Hasn't really hardly getting any playing time. He's playing on a team with Braun and AD and these guys, man, where a guy can go out and play on Houston. He probably would look a lot better on Houston, get out there playing free. The situation he's in isn't great for a young player right now. Sorry, guys, just been busy with some family stuff, not fake family stuff like ski. It's all good, man. You guys are not required to be here whatsoever, man. I appreciate whatever time you guys have to offer. So I appreciate you guys. We went skiing instead of watching the Lakers. I've been super stealth modding, man. Caruso was the GOAT, though. Remember? I remember that. What's going on, Vince? Thanks for pulling up, man, Vincent. When will Reddish return? I have no idea. I think another 2 weeks. I think in 2 weeks they said, so maybe about a week and a half, man. Ham is salivating over a potential Kyle Lowry trade, plus Isaiah Thomas reunion. Isaiah Thomas, Lowry, Vincent, Reaves, LBJ, Ham licking his chops, thinking about that lineup. What's going on, Hepatitis? See you later. That's funny, man. Kevin, what's going on? Kevin Hernandez, what's up with you, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support. Let me see where we are with the likes here, man. We got 67 people in the building and for 67 likes. This I can live with, man. Thank you, guys. I think we had as many as 115 people in the building tonight. So appreciate all y'all guys, man. I know it was a tough loss, tough day to be a Laker fan tonight. Actually getting waxed out there in Houston tonight. But unfortunately it be that way sometimes, man. And just sucks that it's happened too far often this season with us. We need Gabe health update. Maybe he can be our savior, like None 2.0. He's still weeks and weeks away, man. At this point, I'm telling you, I'm hoping they just move his money and get someone in here who can play, man. I'll do anything not to watch the Darvin scam Lakers. Darvin has Torian Prince as his wallpaper. That's funny. Search is a legend. Facts. We got multiple legends in here, man. Do you think it was right or wrong when Biggie went to LA after Pac's death? Wrong from a perspective of it wasn't safe out here, and at that point they were warned, they were told, he was warned throughout the time he was even here. It wasn't a great idea. Obviously, in hindsight, they sorry, my mic stand here. They thought they thought that with Pac being gone, like Pac wasn't the problem. He was the verbal, he was the loud one, but the Pac wasn't the actual problem out here. He didn't neutralize what the actual problem was. So yeah, wrong for coming out here. And not to say that, for what it's worth, they were dead set on getting him anyways. So not to say it wouldn't have happened anyways, unfortunately. But the timing definitely wrong and definitely bad. And going out there where they were and over there to Peterson and everything, that just man, it just sucks. Darvin has Prince photo in his wallet. That's hilarious, man. Warren keeps saying Bill Laimbeer for the coach, man. He wouldn't last 20 seconds. He'd strangle one of these guys, man. Don't do that to me. Magic is part owner of the Nuggets, right? Did he play a big part in the Nuggets chip? Is Magic part owner of the Nuggets? Did I miss that? Is he? I know he's Dodgers. I know he's Commanders. Is he part owner of the Nuggets? Did I miss that? Damn, if he isn't, I missed that. That's crazy. We need some reverse psychology. Let's extend him 5 years. Win, lose, or draw. It's a good day for Darvin if Torian Prince gets 30 minutes. That's a fact. Best Biggie feature is This Time Around by Michael Jackson. 2 gangsta legends on one track. Bloodhound, what's up, man? Darvin Ham takes Prince to the mall for Father's Day, and they go to the photo booth, right, and get those photos over there, man. Oh my God, y'all killing me tonight. But that's all I got tonight, guys. I hit you with 2 hours of this work tonight, man. I'm tired. I need to end it for tonight. I will catch you guys back here tomorrow night, man. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. And go ahead and drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You agree with me, disagree with me. I'm fine with either one. Let's continue the dialogue. Like I said, we just talk basketball here. It's not about right. It's not about wrong. It's about let's continue the conversation over here at Empire Jeff TV. So appreciate your guys' time. Appreciate your support. You guys enjoy the rest of what's left of your Monday night here. Enjoy your Tuesday. Y'all stay safe. And I will catch you guys back here again tomorrow night. Thank you, Serge. Thank you, JSJ. Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate all my great moderators here, man. Thank you for everybody in the chat who contributed. Thank you for everyone who's just listening, kind of hanging out in the background, dropping a like, dropping a sub. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Y'all stay safe. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully the Lakers can make us proud tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.